Andy Kaufman was known to have smoked cigarettes, marijuana, drink alcohol, and experiment with LSD and amphetamine during his teenage years. Kaufman gave up using recreationally using these substances before his professional career, turning to a vegetarian lifestyle during his adult life. Despite this, Kaufman would still embark on utilizing cigarettes when portraying his onstage persona of Tony Clifton during his adult years. During his career, Kaufman would also be subjected to cigarette smoke in the nightclub venues he would perform at during his career. In 1978, Kaufman was reported to have a brief battle with hepatitis. Kaufman would continue to make performances despite his illness. During the end of his career, Kaufman would begin to experience significant stress from professional turmoil. Kaufman reportedly began developing persistent coughing symptoms after a Thanksgiving celebration with his family in 1983. As the cough began to worsen, Kaufman went to visit a doctor for a diagnostic examination. Kaufman received an unexpected diagnosis of advanced stage large cell lung carcinoma. His doctor declared that the cancer, which was situated in Kaufman's left lung, was inoperable and aggressive. His malignant tumors were discovered to be obstructing his bronchial tubes, leading to pneumonia and the development of his coughing symptoms. Kaufman reportedly had blamed his cancer diagnosis on a diet high in sugar to his development of cancer. Andy Kaufman's last on-screen appearance came on the music video television show titled The Top, which he hosted about 4 months before his death. After his diagnosis, Kaufman would primarily seek out alternative and holistic treatments to treat his cancer. These treatments included the implementation of a diet high in macrobiotic foods such as fruits and vegetables, an optimistic outlook, and meditation. Kaufman's cancer continued to spread and metastasize in early 1984, reportedly spreading to bones, particularly his left humerus bone. During this time, Kaufman would reluctantly begin to receive traditional therapy for his cancer, which caused his hair to begin falling out. In an attempt to rid himself of his cancer, Kaufman spent 6 weeks with psychic surgeons in Baguio, Philippines, in the spring of 1984. Though these treatments did not impact his cancer in any way, they reportedly boosted Kaufman's morale as he believed his cancer was gone. On May 7, 1984, Kaufman was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California, to resume the radiation therapy he had previously been undergoing, much to his dismay. On May 14, 1984, Kaufman was readmitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center after his kidneys began to lose vital function due to his cancer. At 6:27 p.m. on May 16, 1984, Andy Kaufman succumbed to his cancer and died from renal failure, surrounded by loved ones. Kaufman was only 35 years old. A Jewish open casket funeral was held for Kaufman on May 20, 1984. It was hosted by Rabbi Jerome Davidson. Davidson delivered Kaufman's eulogy, stating, "He really did lead a happy life." Though brief, in many ways, it was very full. Kaufman's sister Carol, brother Michael, and parents Stanley and Janice all took turns speaking at his service. After the service, Andy Kaufman was buried in Section 1, Block 4 of Beth David Cemetery in Elmont, New York. An additional memorial service was reportedly scheduled and held in Los Angeles after his initial service and burial. After his death, substantial rumors that Kaufman faked his death in an apparent publicity stunt had emerged. Kaufman himself was reported on multiple instances to entertain the concept during his life. These rumors remained prominent in the decades after his death, being corroborated by his brother Michael and a woman claiming to be his daughter in late 2013. This woman was later confirmed to not be Andy Kaufman's daughter but an actress named Alexandra Tatoski. Michael Kaufman had made references to finding letters reportedly written by Andy Kaufman, which mentioned faking his death and reappearing at a restaurant on Christmas Eve in 1999. When Michael went to this restaurant, he was reportedly given a letter by a parking attendant that allegedly came from Andy Kaufman. The letter stated that the reason he faked his death was because it was too much pressure to be Andy Kaufman. "I just wanted to be Andy." Professional wrestler Jerry the King Lawler, who developed a rivalry with Andy Kaufman in the wrestling ring, stated in reaction to the rumors, "I would like nothing better than to know that Andy was still alive and been with us all this time. It could be a great hoax in his honor, dreamed up by his friend Bob Zamuda and his brother, Michael. That would be something that would be in keeping with Andy's tradition, but who's to say? It could really be legit. Lawler went on to challenge Kaufman to a match if he was actually still alive, stating, "There should be a WrestleMania rematch between Andy and the King. We could rekindle the feud with no problem." Michael Kaufman later retracted his assertions that his brother was still alive, alleging that he was the victim of a hoax. In 2014, a book written by Andy Kaufman's close friend Bob Zmuda and Kaufman's former girlfriend Lynn Margulies titled, "Andy Kaufman: The Truth, Finally," was released. The book discusses Andy Kaufman faking his death, declaring that the upper limit for the prank was 30 years. Andy Kaufman was portrayed by Jim Carrey in the 1999 biographical film titled, Man on the Moon.